morning. So today I'm just going to get myself a burrito. It's 10 in the morning roughly. And they put a speed limit on this road. Interesting. That's very recent. I just sort of need to kill some time. I came down here to grab stuff from our camp because we just moved into a new place again. And we don't have dishes and other basics. I'm probably going to grab our bed from the camp too. But basically, I just, need to grab stuff. And then somebody messaged me about the land. It's the 24th of December, by the way. So that's an interesting day to be doing business. But somebody messaged me about the land and they wanted to go see it. And, I've been telling everybody who wanted to go see it, hey, you can just follow my directions that I put in the ad. Well, nobody follows the directions. It's pretty clear because I think a lot of people, they express genuine interest. They're willing to live in a place with kind of rough roads, and then they get lost on the way to the land and they give up. I told them how to get there, but they just get discouraged. I think pretty much everybody, myself included, is now. We've kind of sacrificed our ability to navigate naturally to Google Maps. So even if somebody gives you directions, you're liable to just throw the address in Google Maps, and if it doesn't get you there, then you give up. So that's kind of where it's at. And so I think that's one of my neighbors. So I'm going to go show it to them since I'm here anyway in the area. And since I don't want to pack up my truck before I am actually leaving, I don't want to drive up there with a mattress in the back of the truck and stuff. I'm just going to chill out, go get a burrito. I got a little bit of cash unexpectedly from somebody down here. And so, a little bit of business. I'm going to go get a burrito. Why not? Should have brought business cards. I could have distributed business cards. But anyway, that's what we're doing. Just heading over to town to get a burrito. And it's a really nice day for the 24th of December. My whole life growing up, I would have expected there to be snow everywhere by today. But still, we only got like one little brief sprinkling, probably not even an inch, and then it melted and it's gone, and it's just been sunny. We're definitely in drought, but it's been nice as without considering the implications on my livelihood. The weather's been nice, but anyway, I guess to be a farmer in the 21st century, you got to kind of have thick skin because the relatively stable climatic conditions that we had in the past aren't as they were, for sure. I remember every year we had a monsoon, and we don't really have that down here anymore consistently. So, but I'm not going to fixate too much on that. I'm just going to enjoy my day and relax. And then this evening, after I'm done with everything, I'll go spend time with Caitlin and the family. Thought it'd be interesting to just show what my journey to town looks like. I'm really hopeful that someone is interested in the land. I think if they could get to it, if they knew what the correct route to get to the land was, I think half the people that have messaged me interested in it would have bought it. It's just that every person that messages me interested in it, I think, gets lost on the way there, and then they give up, and it's funny because I think people don't understand, for a good off-grid location, you have to do a little bit of work. Like when I bought this place, I had to run around the mountain figuring out where it was. The survey markers were all screwed up. The GIS system for the county was all screwed up. Everything was off by quite a bit. And I took a big gamble because I narrowed it down to like a Either it's on this road or the next road, and that meant like a drastic difference in the quality of the land, because either it had a water line to it or it didn't. It turns out mine didn't, but the water's relatively close. And everybody that I've had messaged me about it wants to drill a well anyway, so it's fine. But I took a gamble on getting it because I thought, I want to be in the area and it's a good price and I like it. So, either way, I'm happy with it. But it wasn't surveyed when I bought it, and so I took the gamble of not being sure exactly where my land was, and then paying for it, and then paying to have it surveyed after I bought it. And it was a good gamble, but I took that gamble to get a good spot, and I figured out that it was in the area I wanted it to be in, and then I would just accept, what location I got. And I'm happy with it, but I think a lot of people, maybe they have like an idealistic vision of what living off-grid is like, and the social media portrayal of living off-grid can sometimes mess with people's heads. Like, it convinces them that it's easier and better than it is. It's still difficult, living is still home ownership, really. I mean, no matter what you do, you're still basically owning a home. If you're building it from scratch, you're really, you're committing to whatever you build, and you're spending money on building it. And I think a lot of people don't recognize what that really entails, and how big of a deal that actually is. So I think, I'm sorry about my loud exhaust, by the way. I can't do much about it. This truck is just loud. I'm gonna work with a friend to part out a 4Runner that got rolled, and hopefully that'll give me some parts to complete the exhaust on it. What happened a while back is somebody cut my catalytic converter off, and they mangled my exhaust in the process. And around the same time, I don't know if it was them or just rust, but a bunch of holes got poked in my muffler, and so I had to replace my muffler, and the muffler I replaced it with is pretty loud. So I did my best, and I still ended up with a loud muffler. But now I have a catalytic converter and a muffler. It's just, it ends under the truck. So when you're driving, you have this drone the whole time you're driving. There's not much I can do. I drive this truck hundreds of miles like this. Sometimes I wear earplugs, sometimes I don't. But anyway, I'm really curious to see what happens with selling this land, because I have some next moves that I want to make. I've never seen that building before right there, that one that we just passed. It looks like it's kind of patched together. That is not familiar to me. Maybe I've just missed it every time, but yeah, anyway, I have some next moves I want to make, and the cash from selling that land would really help with that. So I'm really curious to see what happens. And yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, we're just puttering along, going to get a burrito, and we're pretty much in town now. It'll start to get more dense in a few seconds here, but somebody's walking. In New Mexico, one of the interesting things about living here is that you'll see a ton of people walking to town from like 10 miles away, just walking through the desert to get to town, and then they walk home, or maybe hitchhike home. That guy looked like he had zero interest in hitching. He was just walking, but because he was going on the wrong side of the road to hitch. And now we're in town. Welcome to Moriarty. And that's how you can tell you're in Moriarty. Because the roads are sometimes a little bit rough. But yeah, anyway, it's been good. I've been living this life recently. I spent most of my life anxious about the future and about my ability to provide for myself. And right now, honestly, life has just been stable and good, and I haven't really had to worry about anything. And it's a new feeling, because I feel like I've had anxiety about life for my entire life. You know, I just worried about stability and stuff, and even in childhood I worried about these things. And now as an adult, I've worried most of my adult life, but now I'm not worrying, and it's just so strange and different. And I'm not used to it yet, but it's good. It's a lot of it's just been, I've been working on myself for years, trying to get out of the mindset of constantly worrying about everything, because things have worked out, because I'm clever enough and I have enough support system to make them work out. And it's weird trying to change that mindset, that, you know, recognize that, oh, everything is going to be okay. You kind of have to prove it to yourself over and over again that everything's going to be okay before you really believe it. You know what? I take it back. I actually want to go to Lisa's. I don't feel fully comfortable waving a camera around in Lisa's, but I'll at least record till I get there. This is a sleepy little Moriarty. Not a whole lot going on here. You can see the super heavy rush hour traffic we got going on in this town. It's just nothing. It's interesting though, you know, I think this place does have, it's about, I don't know, it's not black and white, but there's some people that are, you know, on drugs. That's a percentage of the people for sure. But there's also a pretty substantial hustle culture out here. You know, there's a lot of people with their own businesses, just making it work. And it's a tough place because the population's not that high out here, so you got to really know what people want and need. And there's not a lot of money either. I mean, a lot of the people out here are on Social Security, so it'll be interesting to see how that pans out in 2025. But you know, a lot of people are on Social Security and they just don't have a lot of money, so you really got to like hone your thing to be stuff people need, not just, oh, I think this business, you know, I think people might buy this thing that I'm selling. It doesn't really work like that here. People don't really have that extra income to spend on whatever. It's got to be something they really, really need. But yeah, here's Lisa's. It's kind of neat because you can kind of park wherever you want. But I'll park a little farther out just so the trucks have more space. The trucks definitely are the ones who kind of dominate here. But anyway, yeah, Lisa's little turquoise colored building there. I'm going to go in there and get a breakfast burrito, and maybe I'll continue the video, maybe I won't. But for now, thanks for watching. Bye now.